Welcome everyone, and thank you for joining us today. I'm excited to introduce our presentation, which focuses on the profound teachings from the Hadith about charity and the blessings of actions. The title of our session is The Value of Every Good Deed, and it explores how even simple acts of worship and kindness can earn us great rewards. Over the next few slides, we'll delve into inspiring stories and lessons that highlight the importance of intention and effort in our faith. Let's get started and discover how small acts can make a big difference. This slide shows us an inspiring example from the time of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, highlighting the eagerness of the companions to do acts that please Allah. It emphasizes how the poorer companions didn't feel jealousy or envy toward their wealthier counterparts. Instead of focusing on material possessions like clothing, camels, or homes, their main concern was about their ability to perform good deeds. They recognized that wealth could expand their opportunities for worship and charity, and they admired that. This mindset reflects a deep understanding that true value isn't in material things, but in actions that earn Allah's pleasure. It connects to our overall theme by reminding us that sincerity and good intentions are what truly matter, regardless of our circumstances. Let's take a moment to understand what the poor companions observed about the richer companions. They noticed that those with more wealth tend to give charity after they've taken care of their own needs. This reflects a key principle in Islam. Generosity is often seen as a way of sharing the blessings one has received. Now, there's a powerful quote that captures this idea. Has not Allah made things for you to do in charity? This question challenges us to think about charity not just as a duty, but as a natural part of our relationship with Allah and with others. Interestingly, during that time, the poor companions believed that charity only meant giving money. But as we understand Islam more deeply, we see that charity isn't limited to just financial giving. It also means doing good, whether that's helping others, being kind, or even improving ourselves. The key point here is that charity involves doing good, not just giving money. It includes giving from our extra wealth, yes, but also doing good deeds that benefit others and ourselves. This idea ties into our overall theme of continuous learning and growth, because charity, in its true sense, is about constantly striving to do good, to improve ourselves, and to support those around us. In this slide, I want to highlight a very important hadith that the Prophet, peace be upon him, shared with us. He mentioned 4 key phrases that a Muslim should say and repeat throughout life. These phrases are not just words. They embody the core of our faith and serve as a constant reminder of our relationship with Allah. All of a believer's life revolves around understanding and reflecting on these phrases. They remind us that there is none worthy of worship except Allah alone. This means that everything we do should be centered on Allah, the one we worship and submit to fully. It also emphasizes that our primary goal is to seek Allah's pleasure in everything. The heart of the believer recognizes that Allah is greater than anything else in existence. This sense of Allah's greatness should be reflected in our thoughts, actions, and intentions daily. And an interesting point here is that every act of remembrance, whether it's saying tasbih, takbirah, tamida, or talila, is considered a charitable act. It's a beautiful reminder that even these small acts of dhikr are rewarded and have immense spiritual value. So, as we go through life, keep in mind that these phrases serve as a foundation for our faith and actions. They connect us to Allah and reinforce our purpose as Muslims. One important deed that is available to those without wealth is the act of ordering good and eradicating evil. What I mean by that is, even if you don't have material wealth to share, you still have the power to influence goodness and remove evil from your surroundings. And here's a key point. The reward for engaging in this kind of moral action can often be much greater than simply giving away money. It's about the impact you make through your character and your choices. This quality, ordering good and eradicating evil, is what sets this nation apart from others, because it highlights the importance of moral responsibility beyond material possessions. When we talk about ordering good, it's about actively promoting kindness, justice, and righteousness. And forbidding evil is about standing up against wrongdoing, even when it's difficult. It's worth noting that both acts, ordering good and forbidding evil, are considered charitable acts in their own right. They reflect a deep commitment to moral integrity and social harmony. So, in the context of our overall theme, continuous learning and moral development, these actions remind us that true charity and virtue go beyond material giving. They involve actively shaping a better society through our moral choices. It seems that the reward for actions that are permissible, like fulfilling one's desire with one's wife or performing obligatory acts, such as supporting one's family, depends greatly on the intention behind them. If your intention is to do what is permissible instead of what is forbidden, or to fulfill your duties as laid out by Allah, then those acts will be rewarded by Allah. However, if you perform these acts without such sincere intentions, there might be no reward at all. In that case, the act remains permissible, but it doesn't carry any reward or punishment. To put it simply, the key point here is that intention matters deeply. For example, as the slide mentions, having sexual intercourse with your wife is considered a charitable act when done with the right intention. This highlights an important concept. Our actions are not just about the act itself, but about the mindset and purpose behind it. This idea ties into the broader theme of our presentation, how our intentions can elevate even everyday actions into acts of worship and righteousness. Everyone has some acts of charity available to them. For example, simply remembering Allah through dhikr is considered an act of charity. Additionally, guiding others by ordering good and forbidding evil are also acts of charity. It's important to understand that every permissible deed we do, as long as we have the proper intention, counts as an act of charity. And, of course, we will be rewarded for these actions. On the other hand, punishment from Allah comes as a consequence of doing what is forbidden. To summarize the Hadith, it reminds us that even our small acts of kindness and good deeds hold great value. They're not only ways to earn Allah's reward, but also serve as a means to avoid His punishment. This highlights the overall theme that every positive action, no matter how minor it seems, is significant in our spiritual journey and our relationship with Allah.